here is the Corratec Life S Bosch powered e-bike, and you may look at this bike originally and go, oh, what's that? Skip, move on. But it's got some amazing features that make it suitable for so many people, and it's so much fun. Listen on and hear the details. As you'll notice how much further forward the centre axle is from the saddle, and this is important for the next thing, which you'll get to, which is the height of the rider that can ride this. Someone between 4'9" and 6'2" can comfortably ride this bike, because as the seat post goes up and down, you're maintaining the distance from the pedals and also just going slightly up against the handlebars. You can get more and more people on this by bringing it down, and you can have this then closer to the centre line to get a shorter ride on. The bike is fitted with the very largest power pack battery that you can get, the 500 watt-hour one. I mean, at this bike, idealised hot sunny day, flat road, light rider conditions with perfect road surface, you could even knock 100 kilometres out of this bike. It's unlikely, but I mean that gives you an idea of the scope and the scale. If you consider that it will do 2 to 3 hours solid riding quite comfortably in regular conditions, that's what I think you should be aiming for. There's a beautifully clear rear light on the back to make sure you're seen by people behind you. Oh no! There's no suspension! Well, actually, there is, but it's the tyre. You've got a nice, large volume tyre, and this smooths out and rides the bumps. What you tend to find is if you put a fork onto a bike like this, it gets very choppy and bouncy. So it doesn't give the smoothest, comfortablest ride. And again, it's something that can get dirty, the stanchions can get dirty, it needs maintenance. All the tyre needs is pumping up. There's nothing more to it. And it's a very simple process, taking the front wheel on and off. It's just a quick release skewer or bolt. You just unscrew it and the wheel pops off. Very, very simple. Another delight here. Full metal mud guards, and they go all the way down to the bottom. And you can see this lines up here at the back of the motor. Come across slightly. There we go. So it lines up at the back of the motor here. So you're not getting all the muck and bullets hitting all the way up here, and also obviously over you. It's all being directed downwards and away from you, which is great. So you can wear your normal shoes, normal jeans, get on in and ride. A nice powerful front light to see you on your way. All of these are powered by the motor on the bike, so there's no worries about rechargeable batteries running out half an hour into a ride. Here's the bit where all the magic happens, the Bosch Active Line Plus e-bike motor. No need for a licence, no insurance, no tax. As long as it's unmodified, it's just a bicycle. What it does is it just gives you that little bit of extra assistance to make a ride nice and easy for you. The best way to describe this is that feeling you get when you're riding down a gentle downhill slope. Everything's rolling on nicely, you're in a top gear, and you're building up a nice bit of speed, but there's a minimum amount of effort involved in doing that. Obviously when you hit a hill, you do have to put some energy in, but you're still getting the extra performance of the Active Line motor to help you push you up that hill. And in keeping with this massive adjustability, here's another really super little neat design feature that again you probably wouldn't notice. Look at this, perfectly machined separate finish here. So this can be adjusted up and down all the times you like, reattached, so you can put it into the position of one rider, move it to another, take it back to the first rider, back to the second, and there's no reduction in the beautiful finish you've got inside here, because often as not, this will get scratches and marks on it and look very unsightly as it rises up and down. All it takes is an Allen key, 6mm, tighten the position, like so. and it just looks right. Here is some of where the Corratec witchcraft is. So you'll notice here that this is an internal hub gear bike. So what this means is if you're parking up somewhere, there's no derailleur hanging down in this area that's going to get caught on curbstones, or someone ties up a bike next to you and they catch the derailleur and bend it, or any of those sort of circumstances that causes you to lose the gears on your bike. Nothing needs cleaning on the inside apart from regular annual maintenance on washing out the insides here with the Shimano lubricant. But apart from that, it's just the chain, keeping the chain clean and straight. And here is the fun bit. You'll notice here this bike has got disc brakes. Now normally on an internal hub geared bike you can adjust these things forward and backwards. On a rim brake bike, on the side here, if you had a rim brake here and this moves, normally you can just adjust where the pads are and it then starts to brake again. But on a disc brake bike like this, that is a problem. You can't just have the disc going further and further away, because you get less and less bites. So how do they deal with this? You'll notice here some Allen bolts, or hex bolts I should say. Let's just move it slightly further away so we can see all four. There we go. Or two on each side. There's two on each side of these. And you undo these, and there is a screw in the end here. And you tighten and loosen this screw thread, and it moves everything forwards and backwards. So it tightens the chain, and it keeps the brakes in exactly the same position. So there's no worry about if you've got the wheel at a slightly different angle, that it rubs. Everything is perfectly maintained in position, so your brakes will work perfectly after a quick adjustment. The whole thing about this bike is it's easy and simple to maintain and use, and it's a comfortable ride, and it's just for riding. It's not worrying about if you need to get your Phillips screwdriver out or your 10mm spanner out or any of that sort of stuff. It's just built to ride.